The close-up, the wide shot, the close-up, another wide shot, the medium shot, the low light, lower light, and this one, seems to be like, oh, welcome guys to another episode of the Puerto Rico Sky Views. Here Manuel with another review, and this time with the most powerful lens for the EOS R system. Let's get to it. So hello guys, for this one I am talking about one of the most powerful lenses that I have ever owned. This time for the R system. If you're a beginner photographer or videographer but you find yourself wanting more quality out of your camera, wanting less distortion, less chromatic aberration, more sharpness, more color contrast out of the camera, search no further. This lens is the RF 15 to 35 2.8mm IS ultra wide lens. This lens right here has proven to be one of the most useful tools out on the field for me. I've used it for video, landscape shots, Airbnb properties, real estate shots. I've used it for food photography, portraits, you name it. With its 2.8 aperture, it can produce amazing results in low light, as well as having that internal stabilization. But why is it the most powerful lens? Why I say it's the most powerful lens for the EOS R system? It's because the EOS R system cameras, the EOS R as well as EOS R5, which I am filming right now, have crop modes. The crop modes, many people see them as crippling their cameras when using crop mode, but not me, because especially with the EOS R5, when you use crop mode, you're actually getting a 5K image downsample into 4K. So you're able to retain a lot of detail, preventing overheat, and at the same time, if you pair it up with an external recorder, you can get 12-bit footage, which is amazing, which brings you to another league in terms of dynamic range. Now, the only difference that the EOS R, which I have right here, has in terms of benefits from the crop mode is that it can shoot 4K up to 30 frames per second, which most of you say that the 4K coming out of the EOS R5 is soft or is not sharp enough. Well, in my tests, I've seen that this 4K image looks extremely good and pairs quite well with the EOS R5, and that's because I pair my EOS R with the Atomos Ninja V, and when doing that, the 4K from this camera gets to 10-bit 422 image, giving me more dynamic range and more information for me to play with in post when grading footage, when adding that little bit of sharpness that the 4K from the EOS R needs, in fact. So this lens is extremely powerful. It has a 2.8 aperture as well as image stabilization, which makes low light performance in both photography and videography a breeze. With this lens attached, you can gain amazing results when performing video, as well as astro photography time lapses, which I have done in the past, and they look amazing. They look unbelievable. So this is one of those lenses that if you want to showcase your work and you want to attract new clients, this is an amazing tool. It will let you do so much types of photography that you wouldn't really need any other lens unless you are required to have macro capabilities to showcase little details and such. I have been doing a couple of works recently, specifically this last weekend, and the only thing I brought with me was the EOS R5 and this lens. Of course, I brought a gimbal because the image stabilization is not yet surpassing that of a gimbal. I used the Ronin S2, which I find amazing because it saves a lot of weight, and this setup has proven to be amazing. This lens, it has some distortion, but despite the shortcomings of Canon producing less distortion in the previous version, in the EF versions of this lens. This lens has straight lines from the center to the corners of the image. You don't see any like curve. The lines are pretty straight from corner to the center of the image. Another thing that I love about this lens is the color contrast. Sometimes when shooting ultra wide, the lens needs to stretches the light so much that it loses contrast. It loses that richness that you see on Canon colors when you throw a photo or shoot some video. Even at 1080p, you see that the colors coming out of Canon are very contrasty, very rich. Sometimes with ultra wide lens, the color contrast can suffer a lot, but not with this one. This one, I found that the images produced are very richly saturated. They are very contrasty for that fact. So this is a lens that I deeply recommend you getting first. If you are coming out of an EF system, Sony, Nikon, whatever, and you're looking to getting into the Canon and you want a high quality lens that can do it all, this is the lens for you. Right now it's a little bit pricey, as you may see here in the images, but I acknowledge I got the 24-70 first. I got the 100mm macro before I got this lens. I left it in last place, and I regret it a lot because this lens is just amazing. Bringing this lens and maybe a prime to a portrait session will yield amazing results. You will wow your clients each and every time. So guys, if you're planning to get a 15-35 RF lens, I deeply recommend it. I deeply recommend as well Adorama, because you can finance these lenses and not have to pay upwards of $2,000. But if you have the money and you are in the search for an ultra wide lens or a lens that can do it all, and you can also reap some benefits out of your camera's crop modes, definitely go for this lens. It will enhance your image, it will enhance your video, and definitely enhance your business. Well guys, if you want a 15-35 lens, let me know in the comments below. Please like this video, share, don't forget to subscribe, since I'm seeing that 98% of the people watching my videos are returning viewers but are not subscribing. Please subscribe, you will help me a lot, and see you guys in the next video.